remember a few years back, I had the opportunity to visit a Cleopatra exhibit in Los Angeles. And among all these remarkable discoveries from her long-lost city of Alexandria, what fascinated me the most were the displays of this ancient money. And strangely enough, they looked uncannily similar to the currency we use today. I mean, they were round coins. They had pictures on them of people. And actually, here's a picture of one of those displays that I took. And if you look at these pictures, you're going to see the resemblance in the design and the shape, and especially in the coins. And as I strolled through the exhibit, I couldn't help but absorb the wealth of information on how money was exchanged for goods and services. In those times, back then, money was just one form of exchange, coexisting with various other means. It wasn't until later that it evolved into the primary medium of exchange the way that we see it today. And it struck me then that money, in its essence, hasn't really changed much over the centuries, with one significant difference. What is that? Today, we've somehow woven money into the fabric of our lives to the point where it's often considered the yardstick for our worthiness. That doesn't make sense. Your worthiness has nothing to do with what's outside of you and the things that you have. It's become almost as taboo discussing money as it is sex, right? People don't talk about money at parties or dinner parties or cocktail parties, meaning some people are boastful about it, but the fact is that most people are not willing to share that information because there is this taboo-ness surrounding it. This emotional entanglement is simply the crux of our financial issues. Because if we were to just lay it all out there, we would see how silly it really is. Our value has nothing to do with how much money is our bank account. Not one whit. Let that sink in for a second. Your value has nothing to do with currency. And we've now attached those two together. So whenever I dive into a discussion about money, I like to start with a simple definition to remove some of this emotional weight that's attached to it. Money, at its core, is just a medium for exchanging goods and services, and serves as a measure of their value in the market, not my value. So when you exchange money for something, you're just exchanging value for something that you're getting back. And also when you give it away. So notice, it's not a measure of your personal worth. That's the thing, is that we have taken this money energy and connected it to our personal worth, which it starts from here and then it goes out. So this distinction is crucial because unfortunately many of us have entangled our self-worth with our financial worth. And it isn't true. It's just a big lie. So when you say, I don't have much money, right? What you're really saying unintentionally to yourself is, I don't have much value or worth, because we've attached those two things together. And when you start to begin to know your own value and your own worth, that energy projects out there and that good comes to you. But when you feel that whatever you see out here has something to do with the value here, you project that instead, and that's what you begin to see. But it's simply not true that your value has anything to do with that outside expression that you see right here and right now. That can change when this changes. So it's time to let that notion sink in for 1 second. Just think about that for a second. Consider how often you said, I don't have enough money. And you're saying in reality, because you're believing what you see out there is attached to this. So when in effect you're saying is, I don't have enough value and worth. But you do. You are amazing and perfect and valuable and worthy just right where you are. So think about the impact this self-talk has on your relationship with money. Because you're telling money, that's how I feel, and your self-esteem is not matching what you're seeing because you're believing what you're seeing to match this. It's a powerful shift in perspective, I assure you. It's not happening to you, it's happening through you. So whatever you see came from here first. That's the beauty of it. You can change this because then that changes. So think about that for a second. Just let that sink in. If you unravel this a little bit more and you think about this discussion about money and the stories we tell ourselves, money is fundamentally just an exchange of energy or value. So the next time you catch yourself saying, I don't have enough money, remember, you're worth so much more than your bank account suggests. As a matter of fact, when this changes, your bank account changes. It's absolutely appears to be magic and miraculous, but it's just the law of the universe. So let it sink in just for a moment. And I want to ask you this. How would your life change if you truly embraced your worthiness? Truly. Think about that more. And if you'd like to know where you are right now with your money beliefs, there's a great little quiz. It's in the body of this YouTube channel, and there's a link. You can download it, take it, really get in touch with how your relationship with money is right now. It's fascinating. But if you watch this channel, it's going to change. So, as I always say, y'all come back now. You hear? Bye-bye.